Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I leapt headfirst into the black. Searching for answers. I found only more questions. My memories fade with each step. I feel a weight. It's so heavy. I find nothing. And here in darkness, I awaken for the first time. My skin is on fire. My lungs ache for air. My body's too weak to stand. To fight back. The pain pierces every thought. Death would be a kindness that I do not deserve. Let me die broken. Hello, everybody.
To you.
How's it
Fuck you. I would prefer you didn't.
Thanks.
Is everybody okay? Are we okay? All right. Hello, guys. Welcome.
Oh. Yay for heat strokes.
Welcome to Broken. Episode 50. We're jumping in. We're here. We're back. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing this week?
Going pretty good.
Good? Uh-oh. Do we have some
long week.
Do we have some technical difficulties?
From who?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the chaos.
Potentially some minor ones. We'll see how it goes.
Alrighty. Well, it's good to see you guys all again. And welcome everybody. We're playing some sci-fi tabletop RPG wacky-doos. We're back in with the B team arc here. So speaking of the chaos in the Discord, you guys can jump in there. It's free. The Discord is public. Here is the link. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description below. You can jump in and see all this chaos for yourselves. There's wrestling memes going up right now. Check it out. You can also fuel up Dank, our resident murder hobo, with coffee over at buymeacoffee.com/broken Dank. And Of course, go check out twitter.com/sketching space for all the Gerblin art goodness. And of course, head over to see Swan's designs, see more art for Cassidy Williams and Narcissa on the show. Here's the links for Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/Swan's designs. And shout out to Joanne, who you'll see on Monday on the Force of Flesh show. Okay, so guys, it's been a little while. So I'm just going to do the thing where we have everybody introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their character, and then we'll jump in and we'll talk about we'll talk about where you guys are right now. And then we'll jump into the game and see what kind of shenanigans you guys get up to today. So, up first, we've got our murder hobo, Dank. Dank, how are you?
Doing pretty good right now, man. I made some pasta con broccoli. I am in the process of eating it. It's delicious.
Good. It's good, man. Pasta con broccoli, you guys.
Yeet.
Thank you, Dank. Up next, we've got Gerblin playing Enigma for you guys. Gerblin, how are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I think Enigma is probably a little worse off than I am at the moment, and that's all right. They're still dealing with the kind of after effects of getting, multiple other people's memories suddenly dropped upon them. So it'll be fine.
It'll all be okay, promise. Thank you, Gerblin. Up next, we've got Caitlin playing Liz, aka Knife Gremlin sci-fi version. How's it going, Caitlin?
Caitlin's a little sleepy, but Liz is just kind of chilling in the bed, hoping she hid a weapon very clearly, secretly hidden, due to the consequences of my own actions. We'll see what happens.
Right on. Thank you, Caitlin. Up next, we've got Mori playing Narcissa for you guys. How are you doing, Mori?
I'm just in my own little world over here. The hallucinations are getting great. I snapped out of it enough to notice Jeb was sick.
Yeah, he's not doing so great. All right. Well,
Bananas can't save him now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think it's the bananas that got him in this mess.
Yes, it turns out the hallucination part of the siren spore chemical bond specifically to potassium or something. I don't.
Oh
He
my
nanned too hard.
god. He nanned too hard.
All right. Well, thank you, Maury. And last but not least, we've got Zach playing Dis for you guys. How's it going, Zach?
It's going. Computer issues, but we'll live. Probably.
That's what technology does. It gives you issues at random times. Well, I'm glad you're here at any rate. Well, thanks, guys. So, last time we left off, you guys are basically taking aboard this barge, this merchant barge. It's run by the Arcu. It was traveling between Asher and the Dead Vaults on the Taurus corridor when it detected your emergency flare and found your crashed tram, wherein were you all and a corpse. Well, a couple corpses, actually. A corpse of a fellow traveler on the tram and a corpse of a monstrous siren creature whose spores had infected you all and had started to, well, drive you mad, frankly. And they sort of rescued you guys, brought you aboard their ship, offered to take you the rest of the way, and have sort of held you guys in their med bay while they're synthesizing a cure from the corpse of the creature. And we left off with the captain talking to Europa via a call, and Europa was basically saying, whoever did it, you can keep them and punish them however you punish people who do this crime back in Asher. We don't want them here no more. They're not welcome back in Nineveh. Murders cannot be tolerated, I think, is basically the gist of what Europa said. So Europa's like, whoever killed them, they're yours to deal with. So, and I think that's where we left off. Now, you guys had freed basically everybody in the med bay, like from your restraints. Jeb's not doing so great. And you're still pretending to be restrained to these beds. But you've kind of searched the med bay a bit. You've found some supplies. And you've been sort of like formulating a plan. I think that's the gist of where we left off. So let's jump back in here. And Roll 20 is being a little bit laggy, but I think we'll survive. And we'll see how you guys are doing here. So as we fade back in, you all we pick up basically where we left off with you all in the med bay. What are you all doing as we fade back into the show here?
Well, if I still have that weapon, I'm gonna plant that on Jeb. Before the doctor or whoever comes back in.
You immediately are planting it on him. Is that right?
Sounds like
it. Okay.
He's
Sure.
not doing too well.
Put it like really close to his hand, like just up his sleeve. I have a horrible idea.
Oh dear.
I give the signal. I'm going to need you guys to cover your ears.
What are you doing?
Well, remember how the siren song drove everybody kind of nuts?
No, I'm fine.
Narcissus is like squinting at you.
I remember how the song goes. And Jeb was the worst affected out of all of us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. That's genius.
Just pauses with like a bite of like the like mushroom cake thing to the Enigma's mouth and just kind of goes, oh, fuck. Takes a bite and goes, okay.
All right. So yeah, I mean, Liz, you're able to plant the knife wherever you want to. Are you trying to be like covert about it or anything? Or I mean, you can
Right
just
into
like
his neck.
you can just walk over there and like if you want to put it up his sleeve, you can. He's not.
Yeah,
really...
yeah, we're doing that.
Okay.
But I'm making
it in his boot.
sure to like
Make it really well concealed on him.
yes.
Get rid of your fingerprints.
Yes, that. Sorry, I had a big loading screen above my head.
Yeah, but you're not trying to hide it from anybody else in the room that you're doing
Correct.
this. Right. Okay.
Yet.
So yeah, I mean, you just walk over there, you put it in a sleeve, I guess, or whatever. Sure. No problem.
I'm
You don't-
trying to make sure my fingerprints are off because I'm doing. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna plant it on him because they have high technology, and I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to scan it for fingerprints.
Right. Okay, so just in case the audience might be wondering what's going on here. So last time we made a note that Liz makes a roll to hide the knife on her that she slit the guy's throat with, or it was going to be in evidence and they'd have to break out to try to steal it back. So before we started today, we had her make the roll. It was a success. So she's hiding it on poor innocent Jeb here. Yeah, okay. So you want to wipe your fingerprints off of it and all that stuff. Make either like a sleight of hand or a stealth or something. Make a roll like that just to see like how successful you are at getting your prints off. Are you also like placing it in his hands temporarily? It could also be like an investigation check, I guess, if you want to do something like that. Are you also gonna like
re-roll?
Okay, you can spend an influence point to re-roll.
Yes.
Sure, go ahead. Okay, success.
Okay.
So are you? Here's my question: are you also gonna like place it in his hand? I mean, he's basically unconscious right now.
Get his fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, are you gonna try?
So the idea is step one: take my fingerprints off of it. Make sure I have something covering my hands so it can't be traced back to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna like make him touch it with his fingerprints.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put it in his sleeve.
Okay. Did you wipe the blood off of it? Like it's still got stained, dried blood on the blade. Do you leave that there?
I mean, they'd put 2 and 2 together a lot easier if you left the blood on the knife.
Yeah. I'll leave it on there.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. All right.
I mean, they already know he's dead.
Yeah, they know the guy's dead for sure. Yeah, that's
So
fine.
what other roles do you need me to make?
Nothing. You're good. You can do all this. You don't need to make any
Okay.
more rolls. You hide the knife on him. You get his fingerprints on it. You get yours off of it. It's a success. So you're good there.
And then I'm going back to pretending I'm handcuffed to the bed.
Okay. All right. Sure. You can do that. Does anybody else want to do anything while this is going on? Or
I don't know
after?
that I would be doing anything right now.
I kind of want to
Oh.
see how he reacts to the melody at this point, since he's kind of unconscious, but I'm not going to do like the whole thing.
Wait. There's one more thing I forgot. Checking to see if they have cameras in the room.
Do you want to do that
Cameras were fucked.
before you do all that? Or are you checking only now?
Now.
Sounds like you might only be checking now.
I feel like it's too late, so I'll check now, I guess.
Make a perception check.
Would an investigation be acceptable?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh no.
God, I'm gonna fucking.
You don't notice a thing.
Are you re-rolling it?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
All right, you spend another influence point to reroll. How many influence points do you have left?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, really? You have 6
Jesus,
left.
You've been
after
hoarding
this?
them.
Holy cow. All right. So you've got a lot of those. Okay. No sweat then. Yeah, okay. So you savvy success. You're looking around the room. And yeah, you see one over the door, like that's looking at the whole room, like positioned like directly in the center of the door, in the center of the wall, directly over the top of it, so that it can kind of like see the whole room in general. Yeah, there's a camera there.
Okay, I'm gonna.
However, I will say this: it's a savvy success. You also did roll a success on your stealth. It would like just from its position, and so like the camera is basically here, right? Yeah. Where you're pointing. Here, let me point on the DM screen.
It's basically where.
Here.
Can I
Like,
use an influence
Oh, okay,
point?
gotcha.
You can use an influence point to make a small change to a scene. That is what you can do. What are you trying to do here, Maury?
I would like the power light on the camera to be off.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Good use of the point. So yeah, you look over at the camera, and yeah, it's there's like an indicator light that shows whether it's off or on. And yeah, the light is off.
Just a very big exhale.
Because also, if that thing had been on, the rest of us moving around doing stuff would have been caught.
Yeah, that would have been
Imagine that Liz kind of held her breath until she noticed it was off, and then just like a really big relieved exhale slash sigh.
What'd you see?
Oh shit, there's the camera. But it's off, it's okay. It's by the front of the door.
Oh man, that could have been bad.
I'm glad I thought to check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to kind of give a better idea, maybe a bit here, the room is probably shaped like the door's right there, and the room is just shaped like this.
I like how you drew a door on there.
Yeah. And so that's the wall, and then there's a back wall here, and then it goes back down this side and like this to the door. I would say, even though it doesn't look even on the drawing, that both sides are relatively the same sides. There's just as much space on either side of the door. And like where you guys are is like where your like these are like your individual you can, like a bed and maybe a little bit of space, like enough
Yeah, that
almost
makes sense.
almost like if it was like a hospital room with multiple beds, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you have that desk in the back corner, that sort of cupboard area. Okay. Yeah, so sigh of relief as the camera is not powered on right now. And to be honest, like from the look of the room, um like the state of the barge isn't it's not in
Super
the
great.
yeah, it's not super great. It's definitely good technology, but it looks like it's almost like it's worn down. It's seen a lot of age, a lot of use. Um Perhaps a bit corroded and rusted. Maybe some of the paint is fading. Some of the lights might be a bit dim. That sort of thing. Uh this isn't like a very clean, well manicured, like um brand new ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's possible like the cameras, the systems that power the camera, just have failed or just aren't working anymore. Which would be lucky for you.
Yeah.
Good use of an influence point there. Okay. So would anybody else like to do anything?
I'm gonna tell everybody to cover their ears for a second and then whistle a couple of notes of the Taurus song.
Yeah. Make a do you guys listen and cover your ears?
Yes, I'm covering
Or just
my
what
ears.
you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, they're covered for sure.
Dank, do you cover your ears?
I mean, yeah, I'd have to. I don't want to go nuts.
All right. I would like a performance check to whistle this melody in tune with what you heard. You did roll something I think last time to get that knowledge of what the melody was.
Yep, and it gave me a perfect pitch skill.
All right. So because you have perfect pitch, I am not going to give you a -1 for this roll because you're covering your ears. So you have perfect pitch. You don't need to be able to hear it. You just know what the notes are.
Yeet. So I'll put that and nonverbal communication together to get a +2.
Sure.
Cool.
Savvy success. Okay. All right. Good job. So yeah, you whistle these tones in line with what you had heard from the sirens, and
Staring at Jeb the whole time to see if he responds.
yeah, and he does after a few seconds. Like at first he kind of groans, almost like he's tossing in his sleep. Like he flips his head to one side, his body kind of like thrashes slightly, and then he goes still, and he's laying on his back, and then there's kind of a pause for a few seconds, and then a loud cracking sound as his body lifts up from the torso. Like his head stays back limply on the bed, and his torso lurches up a few inches off of the bed, and then
Immediately stop whistling.
yeah, he falls back down limp.
I uncover my ears. Just like, all right. We know that works.
Now that was creepy.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I'm glad you're next to him and not me.
Yeah, I figured it'd be safest if I did it anyway because I'm right next to him. If something needs to stop him, I could stop him.
Yeah. Dank, make a
Yeet.
perception check.
Okay.
Just him or anyone?
I guess anyone can. The rest of you will have a -1.
It's okay. I think I have a +3 total, so I just have a...
You just have a +2.
Yeah, observation and alertness give me +3, so
Alright.
I'll do a plus.
Sure.
Nope.
Oh, wow. I think.
Okay. So those of you who got a success, after this, after Dank's done that, after you take your hands off your ears, you almost, if you get a success or better, you notice like a faint humming in the room. At first, your first instinct is like, oh, it's probably just the sound of the barge moving, but you didn't hear it before, like before you put your hands over your ears. It's almost like
Jeb is humming.
well, it's almost like a pressure in your ear, kind of slightly.
Oh.
Like maybe your ears feel like they might pop. Like it's really barely noticeable. But if you got a savvy success or better, you definitely notice it, and you actually notice that it's coming from not from Jeb's body, but it's coming from the ceiling in the center of the room.
Oh shit!
Where's
That's where the
Marina? We need
canister
to summon the shadow monsters.
It's where the damn canister with the spore core is. That's what I'm betting.
Yeah, Enigma's eyes just kind of roll up to that spot and go, oh no, what have you done?
Science.
What was that?
Science.
What are you hearing?
All right,
Resonance?
Grandpa, open your ear holes.
It's probably not a good thing. Well, I mean, given the context or my thoughts on the matter here, it's definitely not a good thing.
So when you say the spore core, like what are you talking about?
We took the core that like all the spores in the freaking sirens were coming out of its head, and put it in a canister and sealed it shut, remember?
Okay. Where is that canister?
I mean, they also did take the head.
They took it from me.
They confiscated it, yeah. They didn't know what it was, and we didn't tell them.
Right. So it would be in evidence, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Along with my specimen.
Right. Which is currently being studied in order to make an antidote to save the lives of all of you. And anybody else who might have been exposed to it, I guess.
I mean, it could be in evidence. It also just could be in like a spot
Garbage
where they
can.
keep
Yeah, it could
well,
be.
maybe not garbage can, but like just somewhere where they kept our belongings that
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
think were weird.
Yeah, literally anywhere where they would have put your stuff.
I don't know. They also confiscated like a jar of urine, mushed bananas, and some copper wiring.
Yeah. I mean, you guys
Your
had.
impromptu battery.
Yeah.
Heat in the jar.
What you needed to conduct the
Jeb.
electricity.
Who doesn't carry around a jar of urine?
It's a good item for self-defense.
The murder hobo carries around a jar of urine. All right.
Absolutely not. I've got guns. I don't need that.
All right. So, all right.
Surrounded by weirdos.
The
I mean, it's something a normal hobo would carry around for defense.
if you got just a regular success, you hear the noise. You just you can't really like pinpoint where it's coming from. But savvy or better, it sounds, and you can kind of like feel the vibrations in the bed and in the walls. It feels like it's coming from the ceiling in the center of the room.
Well, that's a last resort.
Yeah, let's maybe not do that again.
It continues, by the way. It doesn't stop.
Hmm.
What are you lot talking about?
Oh, could I whistle the opposite tone?
Like you want to
Like,
do
shut it off.
Yeah, you want it, are you going to do like what are you doing? Are you trying to like do it backwards? Or-
Backwards and like inverse. So instead of like the higher pitch, it'd be lower.
Okay, sure. Like an octave lower or like what?
So basically, he's flipping like the
Like the
melody line,
opposite
and he's flipping it
frequency.
upside down.
I'm flipping the melody and the frequency.
Sure. Yeah, I suppose you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, make another check. Like a performance kind of.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
God damn. Okay.
There goes
that fills
Dank
up
with
my
his
second
rolls.
page. All right. So yeah, you give yourself another +1 in that skill, which should put you at +3, I guess, right? So you had +2
Yeah.
there.
I feel like the skill he should get is cryptomusicology.
That's fair.
And okay, yeah, you do it perfectly. You do like an inversion of the tone. Let me take a look at something here.
I gotta figure out what my revelation is.
Okay. You do when you do this, the humming doesn't stop. It does change to an intermittent pattern though. The pattern matches the tempo of the melody you whistled in the inversion, I guess. If the tempo wouldn't have changed, that's kind of irrelevant. But if it does change, then it specifically matches the tempo to what you just whistled. But now it's like an intermittent pattern. And it continues basically on repeat. When you do this,
I knew there were ghosts here.
we get a shot of you like looking up at the center of the room, paying attention to the hum while you whistle this. Does anybody else cover their ears? Does anybody cover their ears when you do this? First of all,
I mean, I definitely would because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing or what the consequences could be.
okay.
I mean, if I see him covering his ears, I'm covering my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so everybody's
just
covering their ears.
because I don't trust it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go because I did a fumble on my observation. Narcissa doesn't.
Okay. All right. So, Narcissa, you you hear a voice. Like you hear the tone Dank whistles, but you hear a voice in the back of your mind that says it says they're lying to you. Like it whispers in the back of your mind. The proof is hidden under your bed. And we all see, like the audience and everyone in the room, in the background while Dank whistles this, Jeb's body lurches on the table again. Like there's another like cracking sound as his body lurches over to one side. And as soon as you stop whistling, Dank, his body goes limp again on the bed.
Okay.
What do y'all do?
That.
Wait, what happened? I'm sorry, I got lost.
So Narcissa hears a voice in her head telling her that that they're all lying to you and that the proof of it is hidden under her bed. The sound, the humming sound in the ceiling changes to an intermittent pattern that matches the tempo to the song Dank whistles. Jeb's body lurches ominously as we hear like bones popping, perhaps, or the popping of joints.
Oh my god, is he transforming?
We don't know. It stops immediately when Dank stops whistling.
So does Narcissa mention the voice in her head?
No.
What a shame.
She is gonna start looking, but she is gonna like lean over to look under her bed.
Make a perception check.
Since I'm next to her, could I also do so? Or is this a hallucination?
You can also make a check, sure. Like she leans up to look under the bed. You also take a look. Like, hey, what is she looking at?
What did Dank roll for?
So that was his performance check on his whistling, and he got a new journal page. So his prompt quote was, "I can't help but wonder how many tomorrows am I exchanging for a single yesterday."
Ooh.
Okay, so you and Narcissa both got successes. So here's what happens. Narcissa leans up to look under her bed. We see you leaning your head down in the background of the shot, also looking under her bed. You both see a compartment that maybe you hadn't noticed before because you weren't looking directly under the bed. But there's like a metallic compartment attached to the bottom of her hospital bed. If you turn and look at your own bed, there's not one there, but this one is like bolted to the bottom of her bed, like fixed to it.
Huh, interesting.
I'm immediately going for it.
Yeah. It's got like a couple flashing lights on it, and maybe some buttons with symbols on them. Yeah, you go for it to try like pry it open. It doesn't just open. Like it seems to be either like locked. You can't find like any like release tab on it. It might be locked, or it might be you have to push a button on it. Do you push one of the buttons?
What kind of locking or what are the buttons on it? Like, is it numerical?
Well, they're the sort of Nibiru script that we use.
I imagine we all can read it.
Yeah.
So is it like numerical, alphabetical?
It's alphabetical. There's different notes. There's an A, a B, a C, a D, an E, an F, and a G.
Are they done in a line?
They're done in order from A to G. But yeah, they're all in a line with each other.
Hey, Dank.
Yeet.
Do that song again.
The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Oh, okay. I cover my ears and do it again.
Does everybody else cover their ears?
Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, no.
Gonna drive the
Yes.
teammates crazy.
No.
Okay, so Liz leaves her ears uncovered.
Liz wants to try science.
Okay. Does anyone else leave their ears uncovered?
At this point, I may as well just put on like stuff some cotton in my ears because I'm just gonna be deaf this whole time.
Okay, so you're covering your ears too.
Yeah.
Narcissa?
No, and I'm also going to watch the box and see if it does anything.
Okay, so you don't cover your ears. Okay, so you and Liz both hear the whistling as Dank does it again. The what pattern are you doing this time, Dank? The inversion pattern or the normal one?
The inversion one.
Okay. So there's no change from the hum in the room. Jeb's body again starts to lurch a bit more violently this time as he almost rises off the bed entirely. Only the back of his head and the back of his heels stay touching the bed. The box on the bottom of the bed lights up in tune with the notes Dank whistles. So let's say the inversion pattern of the song has E, C, A. So those are the buttons you see light up while Dank whistles the tone. Once he stops, Jeb's body goes limp again. However, while he's whistling, Narcissa, you hear the voice again in the back of your head. It says, "See, there it is. He's doing it backwards though." And Liz, you can do that, yeah.
Yes.
You'd make a roll. It would either be like observation, perception, or medicine, or something like that. What skill you use will give you the information that you get from that. While you're doing that, you hear a voice in the back of your head that says, "They're going to find you. They know you're a killer. It's just a matter of time." Critical success rule of threes. Okay. So we see you look over at Jeb's body when it lurches, and we get this weird view where there's like a filter that comes over our view from your perspective as the camera like zooms in on your robotic eye, and then we get like a view of Jeb's body as it lurches up off the bed, and we can almost see like his skeleton under his skin lurching, and then like the filter sort of changes slightly, and we see something in his chest writhing around, and it's forcing his body to do this. Like you see like a worm-like creature like moving around in his torso violently in response to the tone that's being whistled. And that's what causes his body to lurch up like that. When you look at it, you can, like, when you scan it like this, you can definitely tell. And yeah, like you
Can
basically
I
like
roll to know what it is?
Maybe this would be like a fauna of Nibiru roll, or something relating to like biology maybe, or medicine perhaps. I suppose perception would be allowed, but you'd give you basic information, like basic observation or something like that.
I wouldn't be able to use response to the unknown, would I?
Actually, now that you mention it, I should be giving you a stress check when you see this. but your response to the unknown would help you with that. I don't think it's gonna be a super high stress check though, so here's the DC for that stress check. Roll 20,
We have scalpels.
roll 20 is lagging a bit here.
I'm gonna re-roll my 2s.
All right, spend an influence point, reroll your 2s. So you got a 2 and a 1 that time, so it actually went down by 1 to a 10.
Re-roll your 4s.
All right, I'll reroll my 4s. You spend another influence point.
Yeah.
What did I get? A 2 and a 4. So
You're down to a 10.
I go down by 2 to a 10.
Beats it. There we
yeah.
go.
All right, cool.
And then I'm gonna make a memory for medicine. What's the things again?
The points, the memory points.
Yes.
Is it two memory points for +1 memory?
Correct. 2 for 1, 3 for 2, 5 for 3.
Okay.
I'll do a +2.
Okay. Let's make a +2 medicine skill memory.
Now I'm gonna need a minute to think of something to write for that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty sure, like looking at this thing through your like X-ray vision, it looks a lot like the sirens you encountered, but smaller, more
Almost like babies.
yeah, like a tadpole version of it, basically.
Okay, great. Liz is gonna vomit.
Yeah, as you do.
And then she's just like it's a baby wiggling in there.
I'm sorry, a what now?
A baby siren.
Is anybody watching the stream right now? Can you tell me if we're lagging on the stream? Because I feel like my whole computer might be lagging, or it might just be Roll20. I'm not sure.
We just
Looks
got
fine to
another
me.
Papa John's commercial.
Looks fine to you?
Now it's back. Yeah, looks
You
good.
should get me some. I haven't had some in a while.
All right. It's there's no FPS issues on the stream.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
I mean, you got a standard delay between Discord and the stream itself.
Okay. All right.
When I'm looking for it, I use the stuff you use around the cameras for that, and I don't see anything.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got the you're pretty sure it's a baby siren. The other crew is looking at the box. You see the lights. Narcissa, you hear the voice tell you that that's it. They're playing it back. He's singing it backwards though. What are you all doing?
I probably should have asked this the first time I heard the voice, but is it a familiar voice or is it a voice I've never heard before?
It's familiar. Maybe you don't necessarily recognize it per se, but it gives you like a certain feeling. more than it is like a specific sound. And the feeling immediately draws you back to that tram you were trapped on.
Oh god. I'm gonna punch in ACE and see what the box does.
Okay. Yeah, you punch in ACE and you hear like a tone with each button you press that goes up in pitch. And the notes like fit together. They'd be a chord if you pushed them all at the same time. And the box opens. There's a click sound, and there's like a release on either side that slides open really quick, almost like a briefcase, as the box from under its own weight opens. On the inside of the box is like a black felt, and like the way it opens is similar to your characters wouldn't know this, but you know how like in a car, sometimes in the roof of the car, there's like a sunglass holder that opens and closes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. That's how it opens. Like one of those things just like fell open. That's kind of how it opens. So it's got like a ledge on the inside of the box. But you can kind of see looking like with your head upside down, looking under the bed, you can kind of see on the inside of the box is like this dark kind of like felt material, but it's kind of got this lip where like something would rest in it.
Do I see anything?
Well, you can't see into the lip because of the angle, but you see like over the top of the lip, you see like what looks like basically like a small piece, like the edge of a piece of I guess it would be like a metal sheet that you would typically like write on, essentially.
I'm gonna like glance over at Disrupt before I reach for it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's basically like, if this thing eats me. I think.
At this point, I think this is just very confused at everything going on.
So
He's about this close to thinking he's like back in the nightmare.
It's just now in color.
Yeah, Dis, make a make like if you have a response to the unknown, you could make a check using that, or like psychology, or something along those lines.
Reading people.
Sure.
That's kind of the only thing I have. Okay. No, that's a major fail.
It's a major failure.
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have no idea what's going on. Like, this all seems weird.
They're like 99% sure you're in a hallucination again.
They're all acting weird. This whole situation is kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Narcissa, are you reaching in there to get whatever's in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm expecting my hand to get bitten off, but yeah.
No, your hand doesn't get bitten off or anything like that. So
Can
yeah,
I see what she's doing from where I'm at?
Yeah,
I'm under my bed.
Yeah, you take a
like
look.
my
over
legs
there.
are poking out.
Yeah, you see her reaching under the bed. You see the compartment that she's reaching into, and everything.
It's like, what are you doing?
Not sure.
Yeah, so we see like reach in this compartment, and you feel something else in there too. So you feel like this metal sheet thing that's in there, and you grab that, but you also feel something else that's a little bit more weighted in there. It's smooth. It feels like a vial or a bottle, but it's got some weight to it. You feel a stopper on one side, like a plastic stopper. And when you grab a hold of it, that's the only other thing in there. So you grab both of those things with your hand. You pull your hand out. You take a look, and you see in your hand like a metallic sheet with a bunch of writing on it. The writing is in symbols. It's not cuneiform though. It's not a language you recognize. It's a bunch of like hieroglyphic symbols similar to cuneiform, but they're all very different symbols. Like none of them are readable. And there's a vial, a glass vial. Probably it's like cylinder shaped, and it's probably about the length of your palm, about probably 2 thumbs thick. And it's got like a plastic stopper on one side, like a cover. It seems like it's probably screwed on. Inside the vial, because it is glass, you see like a grayish liquid.
Narcissa would roll out from under the bed to like hold the vial up to the light. Now, what do you do?
Yeah, you like hold it up to the light, and it's thicker than water. It's kind of got the thickness of like a syrup. Not like a molasses, but like a table syrup. So it's a bit thick, but it's not like it takes forever for it to slosh from one side to the other. And there's just a vague hint of light that comes through it. Other than that, it's basically gray. Make a perception check. Okay. There doesn't seem to be like any debris in it or anything like that. Like you don't see anything like floating around in it. It's just like a grayish, vaguely clear, like a little bit of light makes it through it. Liquid.
What's it smell like?
Well, you'd have to open it.
Smell it.
No, it's sealed. I don't want to pop the seal. I'm
Fair.
out of character, and I'm pretty sure Narcissa would recognize it too. I'm like 90% sure it's like a like one of those vials that you can like put a needle through to like a vaccine or a medicine or something.
Like you could put a syringe into the tip of it to draw liquid out. Yeah, probably. Or some other device like a syringe gun capsule or something.
Yeah. So it's figuring out what it does.
It's not. What'd you say, Dick?
I said it's not Zydrate. It's the wrong color. Oh, come on. No one gets that reference.
I don't get the reference. Sorry. I don't get it.
Nope.
Don't know that movie.
I don't recognize the movie. No, sorry.
Repo Man. Or Repo
okay.
the Genetic Opera.
Nope.
Okay.
It's made from corpses.
Fantastic.
Well, specifically a chemical found in the brains of dead people.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you do? What do you guys do?
Question my life choices.
Oh,
Too late for that.
I think we do that daily.
Right. I asked to see the metal tablet.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing, is trying to figure out what fucking language it is.
Okay, here's the other thing. Anybody who's rolled a success on perception or observation or anything like that during this scene, you all hear someone coming. You hear footsteps coming towards the room.
Just kidding. I do.
Narcissa would get back in her bed and put it under sheets, pillows, whatever would most hide it.
And my handcuffs are still locked.
Yeah,
I think I'm the only one that doesn't hear then.
You still covering your ears?
Oh yeah.
Or I guess.
think Narcissa would like. I think Narcissa would like motion towards this though, like, hey.
Take that shit out
Look
of
over
your
at you
ears.
confused because I'm doing bad at reading people.
I think she would like literally like motion like somebody's coming, like do like the finger of like two legs walking.
I mean, so the thing is, you guys said that you unlocked me. I don't know that you guys ever unlocked me because I'm pretty sure I specified that I didn't want to be unlocked.
Oh, fair.
So I'm fine.
Okay.
Then how did you shove things in your ears?
I thought we said that there are things that are. I was about to say there's stuff that's like around. Also, I wasn't necessarily doing that. I was just covering my ears.
Also, he could have like taken like a bit of out of his pillow or something too.
Right. It's not like we were
Fair.
cuffed to the point where we couldn't move.
Yeah, fair.
Roll20 is freaking out, so just give them 1 second while they reload, hopefully. I don't know, the whole page just crashed.
So many Papa John commercials.
He really wants you to order.
No, I just made pasta and it was delicious. Oh, dang, you're not kidding. It really did crash for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to rejoin as a player too on the audience view. So give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what's going on with Roll20 right now, but it's not working so good.
Don't go to the light, Roll20.
So pointing.
I've been looking into some alternatives lately. Some Steam alternatives. There's some stuff you can use to run games on Steam that looks pretty promising. And like Fantasy Grounds Unity, for example. I don't know if you guys would be interested in using something like that, but
I'd be down to try anything, man.
As long as it's not Foundry, please.
Okay.
That thing eats up so much memory on my computer.
All right, I think
Gerblin, I don't think you can ping Roll20 on Discord.
I think
No, you can't, but still, the sentiment stands.
It does.
I think we're back. I'm still getting a lot of lag on my end, so as long as the stream's good, then great. But I am getting so much lag. It's kind of crazy. I can't really do anything right now.
That's the GIF I was looking for.
You're welcome.
I like yours better. I actually like the Snape one.
Oh man, this is like really bad actually. I can't do anything. I guess it's weird. I don't know what's going on. Everything my whole computer is slow right now. Which is weird. Like it was working great before stream, so I don't know what's happening. My Discord's working fine. It's just Roll20, I think. Or Google Chrome. New Chrome available? Uh-oh, there is an update for Chrome right now. Should I do it? Should I do the updates?
I think I had to do that to get my thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna relaunch Chrome.
And he was never seen again.
Un momento stream. Oh, it actually came back up really quick. Hang on, guys. Let me just go to. I don't know. Want you guys to see me log in to Roll20, so I'll just go to break screen for a second, or actually.
What? You don't want somebody to get on and just delete the game?
Let's do this scene. Here you go. 1 second. Break time. All right. Now, while I log in here. Apologies, folks.
All right, you can edit all that out.
Okay, it does seem to be running better. 1 second.
That loading screen is badass.
Okay. All right, I think we're good. There it goes. Is it working? Is this thing working? As soon as I took it off the break screen on OBS, it started going slow again. Huh. I put it back on the break screen? Oh yeah, that's weird. It's OBS that's causing it, for sure.
Oh, there we go. Now it looks normal.
Yeah, I take it off the.
Like right before you put it onto the break screen, it just finally normalized.
Not for me.
Oh
man. Yeah, as soon as I switch over to the stream view,
now it looks normal on our end.
Everything lags. And now Roll20's on black screen, and it just like lagged the whole thing out.
Oh dang.
What in the world is happening right now?
It's all Jeb's fault.
Yeah, fucking Jeb.
Encoding overloaded, OBS is saying. What? What in the world? How is that possible? I don't understand. We've never had a problem. How could it be overloaded now? I haven't changed anything. That's the wrong screen. I don't know what is happening.
That was a screen I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah. Here. Will it load? Will it load up? Here we go. Jeez Louise.
Oh, I miss Azrael.
OBS is flipping out.
I need to play that again sometime.
Yeah, that was dope.
I'd be down for some Urban Shadows again.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm trying to get OBS to cooperate here.
Yeah, the only thing we had was like Caitlin was the one that was a bit revolving
Listen.
around it, and she's the one that kept being gone.
I'm sorry.
Nah, I mean, like I said, it was one that we did for when people were
Yes.
gone, but it's just like, unfortunately, we accidentally made you the main character for a minute, and you were the one that was gone.
You're kind of essential for the plan.
A lot of shit's been going on.
Apologies, guys. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to shut down stream for a second. I'm gonna restart OBS. Okay. So I'm pretty sure it's OBS caused the problem. So we'll be back in just a second. Just a minute or two, whatever. Sorry for the issues, technical difficulties.
Do we just want to take like a brief intermission and use the bathroom and stuff?
Yeah, you guys do that for sure. But I'm gonna have to shut the stream down, and start it up again. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
I'll be right back.
No worries. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
People are coming. Act cool.
All right. We're back. Everything is running so much better. I just did a hard restart on my computer. And
Yeah, Papa John's commercial's even clearer now.
The Twitch ads are working, I guess, so that's all that matters. I'm pretty sure I have ads off, but whatever. Twitch, get that bag.
You don't get to choose. Twitch decides when to put them in.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome back. Sorry for the interruption. Everything should be running much smoother from here on out. All right. Okay. So, where were we? I believe. Okay, so
Somewhere over the mid-Atlantic.
You've
No,
gotten,
we were in the Taurus.
You've gotten the vial out of the cabinet, or the box that was hid under your bed. Jeb's doing weird stuff. Liz saw something squirreling around in his belly.
People are coming.
Yeah, you hear somebody coming. It sounds like everybody was trying to get back to their bed.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. There's a pause at the door. Here, let me fix your camera, Narcissa. Sorry. There we go. There's a pause as the steps stop at the door. A brief knock, like a and then the door slides open. Standing at the door is here we go. The captain from before. This guy.
Oh, great, Mr. Grumpy.
Who walks in and kind of looks over everybody. And he says, and pauses. He says, "Well, how are we all doing?"
Tired but alive.
Been better.
How are you doing?
He kind of squints his eyes at you when you say that, and he says, "Well, to be honest, it seems we have a bit of a predicament."
Oh no, what's wrong?
Well, the wound on the corpse's neck winds up with a sharp implement of some kind. I've reached out to Nineveh, sent out a communication, and it seems Europa took a direct interest in this case.
Understanding.
He says, I've received orders from our contacts back in Asher to essentially manage the relationship with Nineveh. We're not looking to cause trouble.
Right.
Now, Europa has told us that if anyone killed this person aboard the tram, to hold them to the standard of Arku law. So, here's my question. Does anyone know what happened aboard that tram? Want to give you all an opportunity now to explain yourselves.
Well, things were going along as normal. Sitting there shooting the breeze on a train. And then we hit something. And shortly after that, a lot of us started having visual and auditory hallucinations. And then these weird, gigantic siren creatures showed up, and the hallucinations got worse. We ended up fighting them off somehow. Everything was really chaotic during that whole time period. Still haven't fully shaken the effects of the hallucinations yet. I know I shot the hell out of those frogs, though.
He nods. He says, right. Spore of Abuba has strong effects on the mind. Well,
My experiment.
excuse me?
I had a
You-
specimen.
You took her specimen. She's going to say that very sarcastically.
Like Narcissa like glares at Liz at the sarcasm.
He gives you a look, Dank. Like, he looks at Narcissa for a second, and then he gives you a look, Dank.
What kind of a look?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Work, damn you. Man.
It's kind of like, oh, is she under the effects of it? Like, he widens his eyes at you, and he like,
I kind of like purse my lips and nod. Like that thin grimace kind of face.
yeah. He says, right. Well, I think if you ask me, it's hard to hold someone fully accountable for actions they took when they weren't in the right state of mind, or when their mind was being manipulated by something. However, there is a certain protocol, procedure to these sorts of things.
Right.
So, which of you was it?
Did what?
Which of you cut the man's throat?
How discreetly can I whistle this tone?
Oh man, I I don't think you can whistle it. I don't think you could whistle it loud enough so that it would work without anybody in the room hearing it. Like like I think yeah, I don't think you could. I mean, he's basically standing right in front of you.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think I could get away with it.
I mean,
No, prove it.
Even if you could, like, it probably wouldn't be loud enough for it to work, right? Like,
right.
No, like, start whistling and prove that Jeb is insane.
This guy knows what those things were, though. He probably
Yeah,
knows
but
a
he
lot more
doesn't-
about them. If I start whistling the tune that they make, he's going to be like, oh, well, shit.
We'll do the inverse version then, because it responds to both.
He'll still know.
Are you
It's going to
sure?
be super obvious that I'm the one making the noise.
Can
Right,
I
but-
assist with a distraction by talking to this guy?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
you could try to distract him. I mean, I don't think it would. It might not necessarily stop him from hearing you do it, but it might like pull his attention away from it for a second. But I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something
he
else that's
won't.
going to be happening that's going to take up most of his attention anyway. So, be honest with
Narcissa
you.
will chatter at him too.
Like, I'm not saying he's gonna like. He's not gonna like. You're not gonna like start whistling and he's gonna shoot you. I don't think it's gonna happen.
But getting his attention off of Dank would at least.
Ooh, no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to mention that I still can't get the song out of my head and then whistle it.
All right.
Do it.
And
Do
Enigma.
it.
What are you saying to him, Enigma, to like distract him?
I mean, if Dank is like saying that out loud and is like kind of covering for himself making the whistle, I don't know that he needs the distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to flat out say I can't get the damn song out of my head. And then I whistle it.
Okay.
No, don't whistle it again. Ugh,
All right.
cover my ears.
You whistle it. Does anybody? Okay, so you cover your ears, Dis. Who else covers their ears?
I cover them while like kind of rocking back and forth.
Okay.
Want to hear the guy again? Nope.
I cover mine.
Nope.
Okay. So
Man's been fucking whistling it like
so-
a fucking brainworm.
once again, only Liz and Narcissa leave their ears uncovered. All right. So you whistle. You're like, I can't get the sound out of my head, and you you whistle the tone again. Yeah, okay. Narcissa and Liz, you both hear a voice that tells you quick. It's basically like quick now while he's not paying attention. Like attack him. You can reach his gun. Jeb's body starts to lurch off the bed.
I almost feel like that should be a contested roll.
Contested roll. What do you mean, like persuasion against you?
Well, because the thoughts are trying to, they're hallucinations, right?
Yeah. maybe.
So it would be like, do I stay sane or do I fucking lose my mind? Plus,
Response to
Eventually-
helplessness?
plus,
Self-control.
for Dis, at some point during this session, you have to do a response to something.
We've already done a response to the unknown.
Yeah, you did it for the thing wriggling around in Jeb, remember?
Yeah, we already did it.
I can give you a response to helplessness roll for this. I think it's fair. I mean, it is the second time now that it's told you something, and it is like trying to influence you. So like maybe it is trying to like wear on your mind. I mean, it is a hallucination after all. So like depending on maybe
I mean, I just feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair. So here I'll set this because it's I'm not gonna make it like crazy high, but because it's the second roll, it's the second time it's talked to you, I'm gonna bump it up 1 die, so it'll be a 4d4 roll. Response to helplessness for both of you who are listening to this, and if you fail the roll, it doesn't mean that you do what it says necessarily, but you're gonna go down a mind step, and it may continue, and if it breaks you, then we're gonna have an issue.
Okay. Is this just for me?
No, it's for both you and Narcissa.
Does Narcissa get something already figuring out that there's like hallucinations and stuff going on?
I mean, it's okay if you know that there's hallucinations going on, but part of it is it convince like you basically giving into it or losing your mind. Okay. What's the other D4, the single D4? What is that?
Re-rolling that 1.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So you spend another influence point to reroll. Okay. Narcissa, you go down a single mind step.
What was the reason you were rolling 4 dice again?
Yeah, do you have a +1 to resist response to the to helplessness, Liz?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Okay, I thought by the time we'd started this, we'd had that thing figured out, but either way.
I did that
'Cause you're
before we
not,
had a conversation about it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know technically you're not supposed to do that. I thought we'd had that before this group, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, it's possible I gave y'all one in this group for some other reason. I can't remember.
We might have started out with some. I know we started out with some memories. That might have been one of those, and it was like just after that we discovered we couldn't do that.
Yeah,
It was the people who had it attached that you allowed to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, where's that put you in your mind track, Narcissa?
Distressed.
Okay. Not a huge deal. All right. So Jeb lurches on the bed. You hear his bones crack and stuff again. This guy looks over at Jeb. You see him kind of furrow his brow and look over in Jeb's direction. Do you continue? Or like, are you not stopping this time, Dank?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
So you continue to whistle. Yeah, he's looking over at Jeb. He looks back to you, more confused. Yeah. Yeah, we see
When Jeb raises up, does the knife fall out of his sleeve?
I would allow someone to spend an influence point to make that happen.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Worth.
So yeah, you can do that for sure. So you spend an influence point, and Jeb raises up, the knife falls out, clangs against the floor. He looks down at the knife, leans down, grabs it, and takes a step back from Jeb, who continues
I
to
stop whistling.
You stop whistling.
Yeah.
All right. Jeb goes limp again on the bed. By this time, this guy's got one of his hands to his ear, and he's basically saying, "I've got something in here. Come in." And he's got like the knife. He's holding it like with two fingers by the end of it, with a gloved hand. And someone comes in behind him as the door slides open. Let's see here.
Is it the woman again?
How'd you know?
She's her bestest friend.
Oh, it's
Good friend.
this is the doctor lady. It's not the mean one. I don't
Oh, that's unfortunate. I kind of wanted it to be the bitch because I was gonna absolutely gaslight her. Okay, continue. Sorry.
She takes a look at him and he kind of like gestures the knife to her. He says, "We got something here," and she like reaches into a pouch on her like armor, like the gear she's wearing, and she pulls out like a plastic bag, and holds it open. He drops it in the bag and she closes it. She gives a nod and then she walks back out of the room, assuming nobody stops her or tries to intervene or anything.
No, I'm sitting there like shaking.
He says, "Is that knife what I think it was?"
I look at him and nod grimly.
Yeah, he kind of nods and he says, "All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take off all of your restraints except that one." He gestures to Jeb. And he says, I think we've got enough to have our main suspect. Again, assuming what we know, it's possible nothing happens to him. But, like I said, protocols, procedures.
Understandable.
He'll have a hearing. The rest
If
of you,
it makes it that long.
Right.
well, we're getting the cure to you as fast as we can. From what I understand, our doctor's working on it now.
Narcissa shoots Liz a look that clearly says, "Tell him."
He approaches you, Liz, and he like goes to reach for like a keychain on his belt, and he just
While he does that, I'm gonna like recuff myself properly.
Yep.
As
Narcissa's is gonna make hers
discreetly as
relock.
possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Liz, you have an opportunity to try to recuff yourself as well. I'm assuming everybody's doing this.
Yes.
Dis.
If I need to make a roll
This
because
is still
he's
cuffed.
in
Only one
front of
who was
me, I
normally
will.
cuffed.
Oh, okay. Dis was still cuffed. What'd you say, Liz? Sorry.
If I need to make a stealth roll because he's right in front of me, I will.
Sure. Everybody else, he's not looking at you right now. He's looking at Liz.
Okay.
So you can all fasten your cuffs. I mean, he's
There you go.
look at that. Look at that. So add yourself another +1 memory to that skill. It'll put it at +3 for you.
This is why they call Liz the Whisper.
And my
Rowdy
cuffs
shit.
were already put together.
Yeah. So we had just seen like your hand uncuffed like a millisecond before, but you whip your hand out and suddenly the cuff's on there perfectly, right? And yeah, he like puts a key in it, takes it off, gives you a nod, and he says, just so you know, he goes, the woman who threw you onto the platform, she's been reprimanded. And he walks across the room and he goes to unlock Narcissa.
Just eat the. Oh my god, I'm having a mini stroke. Just a shit-eating grin spreads wide across her face. When the captain is not looking.
Sure, yeah.
Narcissa has a self-satisfied smirk on her face, too. He doesn't care if the captain sees it.
Yeah, he kind of knows you're a little bit off. But yeah, he's still letting you out of your restraints. And basically he's going to go through the room and do that for everybody but Jeb, obviously. So another thing he tells you while he's unlocking all of your restraints, he says, we are going to keep you in this room for now, if that's all right. But yeah. I figured we'd make you a little bit more comfortable. You'll be freed once we get the vaccine or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Antidote?
He kind of points a finger over in your direction.
Antidote. The other finger on his nose.
And he says, once we have that, you'll be administered it first, and you'll be free to walk about the ship as you please. Assuming that scans and tests with this blade we found on this one confirm what seems to be the case.
Understood.
All right. Well, anything else?
You say free to walk about, not free to leave.
Not yet, but
I mean, we're all still infected, so no.
Oh, he's talking about once we get our antidote.
Well, yeah, where else would we go? Our tram broke down.
They need to take us where we need to go first.
He nods.
They're not obligated to transport us.
He says, you're free to jump from the ship if you want, I guess.
I like this guy.
We are in transit right now.
You'll just die.
Do you realize we're headed for the dead vaults, right?
He nods. He says, yeah, actually, we have a few merchants aboard who are looking to make some exchanges for their silk.
For their what?
For their silk.
You know, the dead vault worms.
That is not what I thought you said.
He said milk?
No, I thought he said soul.
Oh.
That's not physically possible, at least that I am aware of. But regardless,
oh no, I've heard some of the Arku sell them.
Yeah, well, Arku's Arku. No offense.
You guys saying all this out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't think he... There's kind of like...
He's already admitted she's from the Umbraic colonies.
His eyebrows kind of perk when you start talking about Arku selling souls, I guess. But I don't think he says anything.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, selling your soul for like a really good deal and stuff, you know.
Liz,
yeah, sure.
She has no manners. Yet.
he says, she's not wrong. Not really.
Man, just let us know if there's anything we can do to like actually help you guys.
Well, it's possible. From what I'm being updated on, we're detecting more spores further ahead, so
Oh shit.
it's possible we could use some help clearing the way at some point. And
I'd be down for that.
Do you have masks?
yeah, he nods. He says, yeah, everything goes well, and you're willing to help out while you're aboard. We can arrange to have some given to you when you receive your things back.
Fantastic.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in my things I had a gas mask with 3 days worth of filters.
Yeah, I
Y'all
remember.
did.
Yeah, I think you all did. Yeah, yeah.
High quality filters too.
Right.
Cough, cough, Enki.
No, Europa.
Right?
Yes, but we're there because of Enki.
They don't know
but
that.
Europa was the one who gave us the mass.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, he's like, all right, well,
Super posted. Thanks again.
yeah, he kind of like gives you a nod, like, yep, thank you for saying that, so I didn't have to. And he starts to walk out. He's definitely his body language definitely says like he's a bit more relaxed now.
There's
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to accuse anybody of murder anymore.
Yeah.
after he's like past them, so that way he doesn't see Liz like or Narcissa like gestures towards Liz like very vehemently. Like, you need to tell him. Then like points at Jeb. Like this is silent.
What is it that you're saying she needs to tell him? Like, what are you implying?
About the thing that she saw in Jeb.
How do you know
I'm
about
pretty
the thing
sure he saw the thing when I whistled.
How do you know about the thing she saw in Jeb? Did she tell you?
She was making comments about it.
Was she?
She got physically sick earlier.
Yeah, I just didn't know if she said anything out loud.
Yeah, I did state that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you say this loud enough for him to hear it?
No, she's like using like body language and like
okay.
using her arms and stuff
Like
to be
mouthing.
like, you need to tell him.
Yeah,
She's
like
doing the Macarena.
mouthing
basically-
the words or whatever. Pointing.
Yeah.
All right. Do you stop him, Liz?
Are you telling me to tell the captain?
He stops
like-
and turns around. What? Tell me what?
Listen. She's gonna point to her eye. Is able to scan things. And I did a scan of Jeb. He actually has a baby siren inside of him.
Booba.
He says, what? Kind of like makes a face.
That thing that's been making him move? It's wriggling around in his thoracic cavity.
He goes, he kind of looks over towards in Jeb's direction hesitantly, and he says, is that why he tossed and turned like that when you whistled?
When he almost broke his fucking back? Yeah.
I mean, what do you, hey, I mean, you don't, it wasn't that extreme. You don't have to exaggerate it like that.
Dank, do the backwards whistle.
Do I have to?
Yes.
No, look. No.
Here we go. Slaps your hands over ears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it does too.
Time.
He kind of puts his hands up and tries to like cut you off. Look, there's no need for that. All right. For all we know, it's aggravating it or something, making it worse. I don't know. Maybe it's best if you just don't.
Yeah, definitely get somebody in here to check him out, though. That's super creepy.
Get your doctor friend.
And if he's doing that in response to you whistling, then yeah, I'll let the doctors know, and maybe they'll know what to do.
That's why I said if he makes it that long.
He puts his hand up to his ear and he says, in the meantime, I want everyone who's had contact with you to be under quarantine until we get the antidote ready.
Do you get like a man door, like a airlock that you're going in and out of when you leave here?
He's still got his hand to his ear and he shakes his head.
Shit.
No,
Does that mean you're stuck here too then?
He says, we're going to be locking down the entire wing of the ship where the medbay is for the time being. No one in and out of any of the corridors.
Okay.
He says, anyone else who's been in to the medbay, if you're not in here now, if you're working on the specimen, that's fine. Anyone else who's been in the room, please quarantine yourselves in this corridor for the time being. And he says, I'll stay in an adjacent room for now, at least until we get this figured out.
Sorry for the trouble.
But what do we do if it comes out of him?
If I were you,
Kill it.
I would kill it.
What? You took all of our stuff.
It can't be that big. I mean, I've still got boots.
You have boots.
Well,
Those
yeah.
big ass adults. Okay. If it pops out, it could instantly grow. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure we'll manage.
Yeah, he kind of gives you a nod, and then he steps out of the door. You hear the door close, like slides close behind him. You hear a few more steps before you hear the sound of another door sliding open.
Well, so much for getting at least some of our weapons back.
This is gonna smack Dank in the back of the head.
Look, when the time comes, we will get our stuff back. They said that we're approaching more spores anyway, so quarantining the whole ship isn't something they can feasibly do while continuing to move. If the spores have this kind of effect on us, imagine what they're going to do to everybody topside. Even in protective gear, all it takes is one nick in your suit. By the time we reach our destination, probably everybody on board this vessel is going to be infected. Hopefully they get that antidote through in a soon enough time.
Here's my question. If that's what happened to him, and she like points at Jeb, what's gonna happen to us?
Well, nobody else responded the same way when he whistled. Why don't you use your eyeball and scan us to see if anybody else has a additional passenger.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Too late.
Narcissus gonna pull the tablet out.
The tablet?
Yeah.
What does the tablet do?
The metal thing with the symbols on it that
Mhm.
nobody can read.
Oh, okay, that thing.
10, 13. I have 16 there, friend. If I'm going against you.
You're not rolling against me. My roll was for something else.
It's for our friend listening in next door.
No, it wasn't for that either, to be honest with you.
There's
Not
no
worried.
4, so I'm not worried. The chest burster's trying to get free.
What did you roll? I think when you rolled against when you were checking Jeb out, you rolled a critical success, I think, right?
Correct.
All right. Yeah, you roll a success. Who are you scanning right now?
Probably the one closest or herself.
Was that Enigma or AMG that said that?
Well, only Enigma is here. Imogene is not here. There's no.
Yeah,
There's only one.
Oh,
You have the one. There's just one of me this game. It's B team.
For
I am
now.
a single individual.
For now.
So sorry, it's Gerblin, because they're like, well, I don't want you to do this thing, and the list is like, fuck yourself, I'm gonna do it anyway. Cause she be a bitch. A whole bitch.
And a bag of chips.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see another Enigma show up, but I don't know if that's in the works or not. We'll see.
Maybe they're one of the crew on the ship.
Oh God.
Do
All
I
right.
find
Just find them in the
anything?
dead vaults.
All right. So you're.
But it might be
You're
one you
another
don't
one.
have art for yet.
Maybe one.
Oh,
of them forgot
no.
them, so all you had to do is like draw like a cocoon with like a tuft of red hair poking out.
There you go.
All right. So are you scanning Enigma?
Yep.
All right. So you're scanning Enigma. You definitely pick up a lot of little, like, your sensors highlight a couple things spread throughout the body that are concentrated mostly in the upper chest, nose, and throat. But they're very small things. Clearly, like spores, particles, things that have been inhaled. But yeah, you don't detect a big old writhing worm in there.
So she will relay that to you and be like, pretty boring. Just some good old fashioned spores. And then
That's good. Thanks.
she's gonna start doing that for everyone else. Do you want me to keep making rolls?
Yeah, you'll make a roll for each person. Let me know who it is when you make the roll.
I'm gonna put Enigma. That's for up there.
Sure.
Next.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure I spell it right.
Right there on this screen.
So pretty much the same boat with Dank is with Enigma.
Oh God! Redoing that one.
Holy
Uh-oh.
cow.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna die.
So you're spending an influence point to reroll that
Yes.
critical failure. All right. Same thing with Narcissa as with Enigma and Dank. All right. Yeah, you scan
yourself.
dis. Same thing. Spores and stuff, but nothing crazy.
That's. Did I do Dank yet?
Yeah,
you
now
did
you gotta
Dank.
scan yourself.
Oh God.
Dun dun dun.
V, all caps.
Cool.
Oof.
You know what? I'll keep it.
Now's the time you want to skip on the influence points. All right. Yeah, you go to scan yourself. You're pretty sure you're fine.
Cool.
I'm Gucci, guys.
He's pretty sure.
Like, because of the angle and looking down at your own body, you have kind of a hard time a little bit, but I mean, just you don't really see anything there. Nothing that's a big deal.
I'm sure they'll all double check us just to be sure, but I'm absolutely fine.
Dank whistles again, and all of a sudden Narcissa gets like a throbbing pain.
The humming sound from the ceiling intensifies.
Lovely.
It gets louder. It almost seems like if it was just a tad bit louder. Like it gets quite a bit louder, actually, to the point where it's like it would be hard to hear other people talking. Like they'd kind of have to speak up a little bit. Like if they were just talking at normal volume.
Does Jeb react to that?
Can we all hear it at this point?
Yeah, you all hear it, yeah. For sure. And you could all kind of hear where it's coming from now, too. Does Jeb react to it? Yeah, here, let me roll something. You look over at Jeb and he tosses and turns a little bit. It's not as violent as it was before, but he's not just unconscious now. It's like he's having a bad dream or something. He's kind of like grunt, like in a movie, like if you're watching a movie and somebody's having a bad dream and they're turning from side to side and they're kind of like moaning in their sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of what Jeb is doing right now.
And then they do that horrible cursed thing and just sit up straight away. Because, everybody has that app.
Or, they just fart and roll over. Shh. Okay, it's getting louder. Doing the opposite didn't make it go away.
No, I don't like that.
Hmm.
Do I dare ask what that is?
Yeah, do you look up at the ceiling?
Oh, she would definitely be looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah, like where the noise is coming from?
Yeah.
Make like a investigation or observation or perception.
The stress Narcissa.
Does it stress her?
Is it just
Anybody else?
Narcissa?
Anybody else who wants to try to check it out can also make a roll.
Since it's noise based, can I also use my sharp ears?
Yeah. Holy shit, Liz.
Oh God.
You know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna keep it.
You do get a -1 to that thing.
Yeah, it does give you a -1 to that.
That's fine because I have a +3.
All right.
Okay. While
so
they're doing that, can I like whistle like a different tune to see what happens? Just like not even associated with either of those.
yeah, just like a random tune. Sure. Yeah. I don't think you have to even make a roll. You can just whistle a tune. If it is it supposed to be something specific or just like a noise?
It'd probably be like elevator music
Yeah. Okay.
because
that's fine.
they'd have that in the nightmare. That would be playing while they dissect me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't think you need to make a roll for it. When you do, nothing happens.
It's just the Wii shop music.
Yeah, like you whistle, everybody hears it. There's no response from Jeb. Well, like Jeb's still tossing and turning from the building humming, but the humming doesn't change. Nobody hears.
I wondered if it was just whistling things. Apparently not.
Yeah, nobody hears a voice or anything. Tank whistles Wonderwall. All right, yeah, same as Dis. Okay, so Narcissa got critical success. Checking out the ceiling. Okay, Dank got a success. All right.
What happens?
All right, Liz, you look at the ceiling, and I mean,
she lean back too far and smack her head on the wall.
Yeah, you're like looking at it, and you're actually pretty sure that it's not. The sound is not actually coming from the ceiling. You're actually pretty sure it's coming from the floor. But whatever. You don't see anything interesting, anyways. Narcissa. Okay, Dank. Dank, you do see like in the so the walls in the ceiling are made of metal. A lot of the metal has like grooves or seams in it, or like places where bits of metal are connected to other bits of metal, maybe like welded together.
Right.
And in the center of the room, in the ceiling is like exactly in the center of the room is like an octagonal shape where the welding sort of like meets. From several different pieces, and you notice that. Narcissa, you notice that octagonal. You notice the octagonal shape and everything, but to you, like you can see like a seam around it where it looks like a compartment or like a hidden compartment, maybe. Like it looks like something that you could access, whether it's like a device in there, like a piece of tech or something, maybe another camera, or like a smuggler's space, like to store something hidden. Like it looks like something you could probably access, like it would open somehow.
How high up is the ceiling?
I mean, it's probably like 10 feet off the ground. Like it's a normal ceiling height.
Hey, come here.
Yep, I got you. I get down on like my knee and like do a boost thing.
I'll get on him so you can boost me up.
You guys are dumb as hell. It's on the floor. It's in the floor, not the ceiling.
Okay, thank you for your input. We'll check that next.
So, okay, so you're giving Narcissa a boost, and Narcissa, you're going to check out the ceiling?
Yeah.
All right. What do you do? Like, what do you do? You're looking at it. You can see the seam. Like, you get up there close to it, and you can see it, like a seam where it looks like this octagonal shape might come out of the ceiling. And once you're up there and you're like touching your hands to it, you can feel that humming sound reverberating really strong through the ceiling right here.
I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay. So yeah, you start like trying to pry at it with your nails, maybe, or tips of your fingers on a couple different sides. And then when you push on it in the center, it gives slightly, and there's like a click sound. The humming stops immediately, like just cuts off. And then you release your hand. And when you do, the ceiling gives way, like there's something pushing on the other side from the other side of it, and suddenly there's nothing supporting it. So this octagonal shape just slides down out of the ceiling, and you see like on it, like on the other side, like the part of the ceiling that comes down is like this octagonal sort of like bit that comes down exposed from the ceiling. It has all this metal on it, and it's spinning like a to you it might remind you of like a centrifuge, kind of.
Yeah.
Like all these bits of metal, but you don't see like any you don't see any like vials on it. It's just spinning, and then it suddenly like it's spinning for a second as if like there was a motor turning it that's been cut off. And so it kind of like slowly comes to a stop. And when it does, as soon as it stops, you're looking up at this thing and you see a bunch of nozzles all along the sides of it. And like pointing in different directions out from the center of the room. And then then there's like a click sound, and this grayish gas starts spraying the entire room. There's like a sound as this gas sprays out of this nozzle, in every direction, covering the room, like filling the room up with this like grayish gas. And I think since we've only got a few minutes, maybe that's where we
We got
end.
about 30.
Do you guys want to keep going? I mean, it's a good cliffhanger. But
It's a good cliffhanger, though.
We
Yeah,
can.
it's a good
I can
cliffhanger.
go. I can go either way.
What's the vote, guys?
I'm good either way as well. I
This is
think
a good
cliffhanger would be
cliffhanger.
interesting.
Cliffhanger.
Hanger it.
Cliffhanger it.
Cliffhanger, but we play next week for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to. We can't
We
do
have
this
to.
for months.
Cliffhanger for that much longer.
Now,
You don't show up, your character gets stabbed.
Right.
If you don't show up, your character gets unconscious.
So everybody's good for next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah, we see you push up on this octagonal shaped thing. The thing slides down, and it's like spinning. And it comes to a stop, and as soon as it comes to a stop, we see your eyes go wide as you notice all these nozzles around on all like 8 sides of this thing or whatever. And then just there's like this sound as the camera quickly like cuts to a zoomed out view of you standing up there, and this gas just like flooding the room. Maybe some of you are like instinctively pulling your shirts up over your nose or whatever, but that's where we just cut to black, and that's the end of today's session. So,
Oh,
Oof.
good job, guys. Good job. Well, I guess we'll find out the conclusion of that next time. Thank you guys for playing this week. You guys all did awesome, as always. Great to hang out with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties we had in the middle of the stream, but I think everything's running fine now. So we'll be back to normal with shows. Couple announcements before we head out. If you want to check out some of the art for Cassidy and the A-Team arc on the show, or Narcissa here, you can check out Instagram, TikTok, and coffee.com/Ace of Designs. Here's the links for that. You can also find it in the description if you're watching on YouTube. You should also head over to twitter.com/sketching space for all the Gerblin art goodness. Art for like Enigma on the show, for example. We had a great art piece for Europa that was posted there too. You should go check it out. You can also head over to buymeacoffee.com/broken dank to get this guy fueled up on coffee for all the urine jars that he needs to carry around. And
Gross.
if you want to see some awesome chaos memes, you can join the Discord for free. You can see all the funny memes. You can post your own when the shows are going or whenever you want, and you can ask lore questions and all that kind of stuff. You can see art that gets posted in the art channel, all that kind of stuff there. You can find me around Twitter, around YouTube, around Twitch, Minds, just around in general on the internet. Anybody else got anything before we take off?
Nope.
No?
That'll do it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
And remember,
Bye.
pulling the fire escape does not comply with run, hide, fight.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye.